In this series, we break down how real companies actually make money because before you can invest in a business, you need to understand how that business works. Today's company, Spotify. Have you ever heard of Spotify? I'm sure most of us have. Millions of people open Spotify every day. Songs play instantly, playlists update automatically, podcasts stream without interruption. But if Spotify gives you access to millions of songs, the question becomes, how does it actually make money? Before we break down the business model, let's get familiar with the company itself. Founded in 2006, Spotify now reaches over 600 million users worldwide, including more than 200 million paying subscribers, and generates over $13 billion in annual revenue. This places Spotify among the largest streaming platforms in the world. Spotify is a music and audio streaming platform built around access. Before streaming, music was something you owned. You bought albums, you downloaded songs. Spotify changed that. Instead of ownership, users now pay for access. That shift changed how people consume music. Instead of listening occasionally, users began streaming continuously. Music became on demand, portable, and always available. And over time, streaming became the default. At its core, Spotify is not just a music app, it's a distribution platform connecting listeners, artists, and content. But unlike other platforms, Spotify does not own most of the content it delivers, and that detail defines the entire business model. Spotify makes money through two primary sources: subscriptions and advertising. The model is simple: attract users, keep them engaged, then monetize that engagement through paid plans and ads. At scale, this creates a recurring revenue system powered by user behavior. The majority of Spotify's revenue comes from premium subscriptions. Users pay a monthly fee for ad-free listening, offline downloads, and full control over playback. With over 200 million subscribers, this is the foundation of the business. Spotify also offers a free ad-supported version of the platform. Users can listen without paying, but they hear ads between songs. As we've established before, if access is free, attention becomes the currency. And that attention is what advertisers are ultimately paying for. At a high level, Spotify's business works like this. Users come to the platform for free or paid access. They engage with music and podcasts, and that engagement is converted into revenue. But here's where Spotify's model becomes more complex. Spotify does not keep most of its revenue. A large portion, often around 70%, is paid out as royalties to record labels, publishers, and artists. Every time a song is streamed, Spotify pays for that stream, which means the more users listen, the more Spotify has to pay. This creates a business where growth also increases cost. To improve margins, Spotify has invested heavily in podcasts. Unlike music, podcasts allow Spotify to control content more directly, which means fewer royalty payments and potentially higher profitability. In simple terms, this allows Spotify to keep a larger share of the revenue it generates. Investors focus on a few key metrics: monthly active users, premium subscribers, and average revenue per user. Together, these numbers show whether Spotify is growing and how efficiently it monetizes its audience. At this scale, small changes matter. Even a small increase in subscription pricing or ad revenue per user can generate billions in additional revenue. But controlling costs remains the challenge. Spotify competes with platforms like Apple Music, YouTube, and Amazon Music, but the real competition is broader. It's for attention. Every minute spent elsewhere is a minute Spotify cannot monetize. Spotify may look like a music app, but underneath, it's a platform balancing access, engagement, and cost. The product is music, but the business is distribution. And the challenge is simple: generate more revenue than you pay out. Understanding how a company makes money is the first step toward thinking like an investor because every investment begins with understanding the business behind the product. Thanks for watching. This is The Solo Investor.